All right, guys, what is going on? Make sure to shoot out a message to your team so they're on this call. They're not going to want to miss it. We are recording it for those that can't make it. Yeah, I know some people might be working. Some people might have some family things going on. But for those of you that showed up, welcome. I appreciate that you made it to this call. And thank you, Noah, for all the kind words. It's been fun so far running this thing up. And we're just warming up. And so, guys, listen, for those of you who don't know my story, I got started in this industry at 22 years old. I had $3 extra to my name. Most of you know it. But for the couple of you that don't, I saw the vision of what this could provide my life. I saw that I have a track that I can run on that can, where I can, my biggest dreams actually can become possible, right? We were all told to go to school, get good grades, get a job, and then be realistic in high school. Like, okay, I wanted to be a pro snowboarder. Maybe you wanted to be a pro athlete. But when we got into high school, it's like, okay, what do you really want to do? Do you want to go to trade school? Do you want to, do you want to go be whatever? And I didn't want a job. I'm like, I want to find a way to capitalize on some sort of entrepreneurship or something where I can just live a dope life, travel, enjoy life. And I started thinking some of these things. And saw this industry. I had $3 extra to my name. Didn't know if it was real, didn't know if it would work, didn't know if I could do it, but I was willing to give it a shot because I saw the life that was possible if I was willing to go all in. 22 years old, and I committed to the journey, and I'd put my life up against anybody. Even NFL players, they're getting dinged in the head, getting multiple concussions. That's normal in their field. They got to go work half the year, right? I got to work too if I want to. And it's residual. It's passive income. We can do whatever we want. And it's a beautiful lifestyle. And then, one thing my mentor used to tell me, because he used to be like I looked at him like one of the Beatles going to these big conventions. He'd pull in and he'd walk through the convention and everyone would want his autograph and everyone would want his picture. And he'd say, listen, Wilson, it's cool. What I like about this industry is you're a celebrity in it, but as soon as you get back home, nobody knows you. And so I'm like, this is such a dope life. But this industry changed my life, and it's, has a lot to do with you guys as well. I don't know where else you can go. That's why we, when we go out and do meetings like last night, we get so passionate. It's because you have an opportunity to design whatever lifestyle you want while being surrounded by people that are going to hold you accountable, lift you up, push you, cheer you on. Where else does this happen? It doesn't. This doesn't exist anywhere else that I've seen. And so it was like I put myself in an environment. Yes, you have to work. Yes, you have to believe. But it was almost like the success and the dream life was kind of soft tossed to me for me just to crack the home run to go make it happen, because it's almost harder not to win here. I truly believe that. Okay. And I know some of you on this call might be brand new and you're still trying to figure this out. And so sometimes I feel like I talk to those people that want to go all in. And so excuse me if I rub you the wrong way a little bit, if you are just doing this thing, kind of kicking it around, seeing if it's something for you. Maybe this call will have you make a decision to say, you know what? I'm going to make a decision right here, right now to actually give this thing a legitimate shot. I've never understood just sticking your toe in the water. That's just not my style. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to go all in and do it. And I just know what this industry can provide. I know what this company can provide for your life if you're willing to go all in. And I was saying it on the call last night. It never made sense to me how people can go to a job that they hate, for a boss that they don't really like, maybe coworkers that they don't really like, maybe a toxic environment, for a paycheck that they don't like, for only getting like a couple weeks of vacation time, maybe if you even have the money to take a vacation. Limited sick time. They put a limit on your sick time. All these things. I'm like, why do you do it? I don't get it. Why do something on this one shot that we have on this planet? Why do something that you don't like? I get you have to pay your bills. I understand that. But what are you doing different? See, for me, I was working my job from 9 to 5, and then I'd work this business from 5 to midnight every day until my income could replace my job. And I said, you know what? I'm firing my boss. I went all in because I did not want anybody telling me what to do. I did not want anybody telling me how much I was worth, when I had to show up, when I could eat lunch. It was almost laughable to me, all while they're buying me for wholesale, but selling me to the marketplace for retail. I mean, get the hell out of here with that. That's just not for me. Okay, that is just not for me. And early on in my career, I prided myself on the grind. I will outwork anybody. That's just where I was at. And on top of that, I was like, I see how, nothing crazy has ever happened to me in life. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit those high earner levels that some of these other guys that I know hit, like Alex Morton, Jason Brown, Matt Rosen, all the other big chairmans. So I'm just going to outwork everybody. It's more than just work. If becoming wealthy was based off of your work ethic, there's a lot of people in my family and in my life that aren't wealthy but bust their ass. It's more than just working, right? I think we all can agree with that. It's having the right mindset. And this call has to do with having the right mindset and goal setting. So if you're taking notes, which you should be, goal setting and achievement, you can write on the top of your piece of paper. That's what I'm talking about today. Goal setting and achievement. And under that, you can write from spiritual to physical. And one thing my mentor told me one time, I wrote it down. He said, you don't need your physical eyes to see the life you desire. You need your spiritual eyes to see the life you desire, and do this through the power of visualization and through the power of imagination. You don't need your physical eyes to see the life you desire. You just need to be able to see it in your mind. Everything started in the mind, right? And a lot of you have heard these conversations before. A lot of you have heard people talk about this, whether it's Bob Proctor, whether it's Alex Morton, well, whoever it is. But my problem was I heard it and I heard it and I heard it, and I wasn't applying it early on when I was starting out in this industry. And I'll go back to that working hard thing. I busted my ass. It was like I was pedaling. How could I explain it? It's like I'm riding a bike and I'm almost pedaling with no chain, like connected to the gear. It's just I'm spinning the wheels and spinning the wheels and spinning the wheels, and I'm not really getting anywhere. And with what I'm talking about today, it's almost like you're engaging that gear and it launches you forward. I got really good at, over the years, letting my vision pull me through everything. Okay, I just let my vision pull me. And listen, here, I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to click on this picture. I just took this off Google. I'm glad I found it, because this is how the success journey works right here. Boom. And the initial excitement, right? You get someone started and they're excited, or you got started and you were excited at first. Maybe you've been in for a couple months. I don't know where you are on this chart, but you get started and you're like, oh, this is awesome. I can learn how to trade. I can learn how to build the business. There's a dope community around me. This is amazing. All my friends are going to love this. And then you figure out pretty quickly that not everybody is the same as you. Not everybody sees the same thing as you. Here I am 11 years in. If someone doesn't join me, I'm still like, dude, did you not see what I just showed you? You have the opportunity to surround yourself with people that will catapult you into your dream life using an amazing opportunity that has leverage, in an amazing group of people that will push you. So initial excitement. And then you realize not everyone sees the same vision. And you're like, okay, this is harder than I thought. What's going on here? And then some of you quit there. That's where a lot of people quit. That's where most people quit, right? Initial excitement doesn't go as fast as they want it to. Oh, this is hard. And maybe in that time, we didn't get them to a convention. We didn't get them on a training call. And so they take their foot off the gas. They said, you know what? I showed two of my friends. They told me that this isn't going to work. And I think they're right. Well, what are their results in life? Are they making $25,000 a month anywhere else? Are they making $50,000 a month anywhere else? It doesn't really matter. The point is, people quit just about everything in life. That is what it is. Most people are quitters, but some of you keep pushing, right? Some people that we bring in say, you know what? I see that it's not going to be as easy as I thought, but I want to keep pushing. They do personal development. They plug into the trainings. And then they say, you know what, this is starting to work. They start showing some people and they start getting some small wins. They start stacking those small wins, which then builds their self-confidence. It's working. And then boom, I messed up. A few people quit my team, or I said the wrong thing. I got angry at someone and then they're my leader on my team and then they quit, whatever the case is. And then it keeps going. You guys get the point, right? And so for me, I just let my vision pull me. No matter what happened to me in my business, I feel like God gave me the gift of positivity. No matter what happened to me, whatever you've been through, I have been through it times 10, probably 99.9% of it. I've seen just about everything. And I've been through it all. And I just kept focused on my visions and what I wanted my life to look like. And it's almost like I call it running at the speed of light in a flow state. I put the blinders on and I just go. In my day-to-day, the success journey will never be like this, right? I started here and here I am now. And it was craziness. It was a crazy ride. People coming, people going, people quitting, people hating. I mean, people cross-recruiting, drama, toxic. And I've just been able to be the problem solver, find solutions, stay even keeled. I didn't get too high. I didn't get too low. I just stayed steady Eddie, right? Like we talk about. But it was a flow state. Your mind doesn't know the difference between real and fake. And I just pictured what I wanted my life to look like. And I held on to that vision and I wrote it down and I thought about it over and over and over again. And then I went to work. And it was almost like, it's like your subconscious mind literally goes to work to find the opportunities to come into your life. And it's like Will Smith talks about it. He's like, when you have a belief and when you have a dream and a goal, your subconscious mind goes to work. And it's like water just going around you and you get to go straight to your goal. I don't even see the crap in my life. I just see the vision of where I'm going and I've let it pull me through it all, right? And so my question to you would be, do you ever think about what you think about? Do you ever think about what you think about? Because if you did, and you take control of your mind, it will literally alter the direction of your entire life. Most people never take inventory on what they actually think about. Our thoughts are like magnets. They literally draw towards us that which we obsess about, right? Who's with me? If you're with me on this call, you're with me here. Let me see some comments. I can't even tell you how powerful this is in my life. Like, Alex asked me when I first joined in this company, I was in the industry for 6 years. He said, why didn't you hit the top rank in your previous company? And it's funny, he asked me that and I'm like, well, I was on my way. But it wasn't until I got into this company and in my previous company, it was all nuts and bolts. We learned the mechanics of building the business. And if you were in my previous company, you know what I'm talking about. They beat it in us. The iPad, invite, present, enroll, train, invite, present, enroll, train. That's all we ever learned. We didn't learn the psychology side of success. And that's 70% of it. And so when I watched Alex Morton long enough to realize, okay, there's something going on here. I've literally watched this dude go parabolic in his life at an insane level, at a level that no one in this industry has ever done in 100+ years at his age. And a big reason for it, or the main reason for it, is that because of the psychology of success. You can't just work your way to your goals and your dreams. And I can't even tell you how powerful this is. But here's some stats real quick. 75,000 thoughts flow around in your brain every single day. 75,000 thoughts. 91% of those thoughts are the exact same the day before, the exact same the day before that, the day before that, and the day before that, right? And so what are you thinking about every single day? Have you actually taken inventory of that? Because your obsessions become your possessions. You draw into your life exactly what you think about, okay? When we have a thought, like I just said, our conscious and subconscious mind goes to work to prove ourselves right. So step number 1 is eliminate the negative. Eliminate the negative. Write down those thoughts that don't serve you and eliminate them. How do you eliminate them? You replace them. It's as simple as saying, what thoughts do I need to have that are going to serve me? Write that down on a piece of paper and look at it and read it over and over and over again. Here's a perfect example. We all know that person that thinks all the time, the cup is half empty and they think, dude, I'm so broke. Dude, I never can get ahead. I can't find any leaders. Whether they're in this business or not, we know those people. What do you think they get more of? Do you think they get more abundance or do you think they get more struggle? Because I know these people too. And I refuse to even allow those people in my life. One of my first business partners, he would always say, dude, I'm so broke. I can't afford that. I don't even want to be saying these words right now. I rebuke them in the name of Jesus. But I just would say, when he would say those things, I would be like, bro, I'm blocking that out. I got yachts, mansions. I got multiple streams of income coming in from multiple sources. And it is crazy what's happening in my life. And I had to like train this dude to stop saying these things. I get it, bro. Believe me, I could be saying the same thing as you're saying, but absolutely not am I going to let that in my life. There's no way. Because your life is consistent with what you believe. You literally get more of what you think about. There's a part of your brain called the RAS. And some of you might study Ed Milet like I do, and he talks a lot about this, but it's the reticular activating system, the RAS, reticular activating system. And it's the filter that which we see the world through. Okay. It filters out of your life all the things that aren't important to you. And this is what I was talking to Noah about the other day. It's like, you don't think every time you're blinking. You're not conscious of every time you're taking a breath, right? You don't feel the blood flowing through your veins. But it filters into your life that which is important to you. So has there ever been a car that you might have wanted, and say, for example, it's a silver BMW, and you're driving down the highway, you won't see any car, you won't even think about it, but 4 lanes over, coming the other way, you see that car. It literally exposes it to you in your life. It filters into your life that which is important to you. It's funny that I say BMW because Noah used to work there, and I'm not kidding you. I don't even like BMWs that much, but since we keep talking about them for whatever reason, I just keep seeing them all the time. And I'm like, I got to get that out of my mind because I don't like BMWs that much. They're not, it's a nice car, but I got to keep my goals way higher than that. If something is important to you, your RAS will reveal it to you through your goals, your visions, and your dreams, right? Looking at your goals, your visions, and seeing them over and over and over again. So what if you could program your mind to filter into your life that which is important to you? And how do you do that? That's step number 2. You stare at your goals repeatedly. You stare at your goals repeatedly. So let me give you a quick tip on how you can do this. Your lock screen, on average, people open up their phone 400 times a day. You put your goal right there, whether it's the next rank you want to hit, whether it's a picture of the house you want, the car you want. This one I switch it all the time, but this one is just an office setup. And I'm like, dude, you know how much work I could get done in that office? My mindset being in an office like that, I'm like, dude, life would be so good. You can walk down to the beach. I don't even know where this would be. Maybe in a different country, or maybe Laguna Beach, California. That was Ed Milet's thing. He was talking in a video. He goes, this beach that I'm standing on, I live right there. I used to come down to this beach and just visualize it and get comfortable with it. And I'll get more into that in a little bit, but it's important to at least, that's one of the easiest things you can do, is put your goals right there on your phone. And that's 400 triggers a day. Another thing you can do is make a dream board, right? This is nothing new here. Why do you think it gets talked about all the time? Because it's important. Where can you put this stuff? Where can you put this, whether it's in your office or in your bedroom, or you could draw with a washable marker on your bathroom mirror, or on your in your car. Put your goals. How many triggers can you get every single day? What happens when you do this is your RAS begins to unconsciously help filter into your existence the people, places, conversations, and things to help materialize it in your life. That's a real thing. How do you think I even got to Chairman 100? It didn't happen by accident. I literally thought about it over and over and over and over again. I literally, every day I go to the gym to this day. And I used to do this and not even know this was cool. I drive to the gym every day, and I'll crank up a song that I want to walk stage to. And I'll bang that song, and I will have Monaco. I know the DJ in IM. It's the same DJ in my previous company. And I just visualize Monaco announcing me, and I'm driving to the gym, and I put myself there almost like I'm there in the physical. It gets that real where I can feel the emotions. And so I hear that song and it's playing, and I'm behind stage, and they say, welcome to the stage, brand new Chairman 100, Joey Wilson, and thousands of people. I can hear the people screaming. This might sound kind of corny, but it is real. This is a real thing. You want to put yourself in the physical. I know what it's like when you're starting out and you're like, dude, I'm just trying to pay my bills right now. Don't try to get rid of all the garbage thinking and think about your goals and your visions over and over and over. I'm so programmed that those 91% of the thoughts that are exact same, it has nothing to do with lack of. It's all about abundance. It's all about where I'm going, my goals, vision. Then I work backwards. I reverse engineer. Here's where I want to be. I reverse engineer. Boom. I need to get to work. You got a meeting at 10? Let's go. Pick me up and let's go run it. Because in order for me to get to where I want to go, I have to help every single person get where they want to go. That's how this industry works. Okay. So again, what happens when you do this? Your RAS begins to unconsciously help filter into your existence the people, places, and conversations that will materialize this. When you are obsessed with your goals, you will start to see the opportunities around you. You'll see the prospects at the gym. You'll see them at the restaurant. You'll hear conversations. You won't hear this table next to you if you're at a restaurant, if they're not talking about things that are important to you, but you might hear something 3 tables over, and you might be picking up that conversation because it's your RAS filtering it into your life. If your goals are that important to you, it will reveal it to you. The prospects, the situations, the opportunities, right? It's almost like the Matrix. It changes our world, and it's the power of what we think about, right? You ever heard of the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill? It's the success Bible. It's not work and grow rich. It's think and grow rich. Everything starts in the mind. This table started in somebody's mind. This chair, this cell phone started in somebody's mind. An airplane. Everything you see, it started in someone's mind. I stare at my goals and dreams. It's almost disgusting. Zillow. I'm looking at Zillow right now. I'm looking at it all day long. I look at lake homes in Minnesota, even though I'm building one now. I look at homes here in Scottsdale. I love Scottsdale homes. Miami and California every day. Sometimes I get into other countries, Marbella, Spain. I love the real estate out there. And I just start visualizing. And I see weird things in these houses. Like I can picture my kids doing this on this balcony. Oh, look at this terrace and walk down. I was showing Britt a house last night that just came on the market for $4.4 million. It's right in the mountains up over by North Scottsdale. And it's right in those mountains that I see every day. And it's a gated community. And it's super dope because the community has this water slide and this lazy river and a restaurant. And I'm like, I've always said to Britt, I want a resort life. I want to live on a resort and just golf cart and go to the freaking water park and go to the restaurant and everybody knows each other and it's successful people. And we were looking at this house and we were literally visualizing what we would do, how cool these spots are. How could we see ourselves living in this home? I just do it every day, all day. I mean, it's if it's 70% of the success and 30% mechanics. When I'm not doing meetings, I'm looking at my goals and visions. I'll be sitting here and I'll airplay it on the TV. Britt, look at this. And I'll be flipping through homes. Be like, look at this house. Holy crap. Materials aren't everything, but it sure is a great way to be a checkpoint of where you want to go, right? So again, number 2 is stare at your goals repeatedly. Number 3, exercise repetition and obsession. Exercise repetition and obsession. My challenge to you is to program your RAS, to write down your goals and to repetitiously program them into your thinking. Okay. And here's the crazy part. The more specific you are, the more intentional you are with your thoughts, the higher the probability of it happening. And your RAS can go to work on those people, places, and resources to fill in that specific thought that you have. Your brain gravitates towards things it's most familiar with. So I lived in Laguna Beach last year. We used to go to Laguna Beach and I used to visualize what it would look like or what it would feel like to live here. We used to watch Laguna Beach growing up. Britt and I both did. And we're like, what a dream. What a dream it would be to live there. And then we started flying there and visiting and started going to the different beaches, started getting familiar with the area. And the more repetitive that you place yourself in those situations, the more your brain becomes familiar with it and it literally gravitates towards it. Your brain starts to think, I belong here. You actually begin to convince yourself that you belong in your dreams. by the repetitive thinking and visions of them over and over again. That's a real thing. And so if you ask Noah, how many home tours, this is a new thing for him. He's new to this industry. How many home tours have we been on? I have taken him in $8 million homes and $6 million homes. And I look at it on I see it in my mind. What do I want my life to look like? What I like about Scottsdale is the resort style homes are just insane. You can get a massive piece of land and you get the pocket doors that slide open 60 feet and you can have this indoor outdoor living, have the infinity pool, infinity edge overlooking the mountains and the golf course. So what do? The next step is to go and get familiar with these places, right? You walk into the houses, you go into the open houses. When I lived in Minnesota, same thing. There's a lot of great home builders there. You do what you're passionate about. For me, it's homes. Weirdest thing in the world, but I love nice houses. And so we'd go tour them and we'd walk in. I'd pull up like we're pulling up to my house, pull through the gate, go in, walk into the house. I smell it. I look at it. I imagine us living there and I get as familiar with it as I can. Every weekend, we'd be going to the open houses. And then when, like today, I'll look, any new houses on the market? Oh, look at this one, 12 mil. You know what's funny? I used to go to Britt and I were talking about this the other day. I toured a $1.4 million home in Minnesota. Such a dope house. Swanson Home Builders. And the lady, when we were leaving, she was like, and this was back 4 or 5 years ago. She's like, well, keep going, keep crushing it. And maybe one day you'll get in one of these houses. It's just kind of weird. I'm like, I hated that she said that. But what's funny is I was stretching myself. At the time, I was just living in a condo that was $1,400 a month, but I was stretching myself. And yes, I wasn't able to, afford it yet, but I was getting in these homes. Now, that home, I don't even want that home. I am past that. And now I'm walking in the 9, the 10, the 11, the $12 million home. And you know what the realtors are like? Keep going. One day you'll get here. And it's like, I promise you I will. It's already done. I just know it. I know how this game works. This watch on my wrist. Alex Morton sent me this he sent me this picture when I first got started. And he said, you hit Chairman 25, you pick whatever watch you want, pick whatever color. And I said, I know it's going to happen. I'm going to go get this done as soon as humanly possible. And I just kept thinking about it. And I kept looking at this picture. This picture is still in my favorites on my photo album. I just kept looking at it. I wanted the red one. Look at that. There it is. Some people want the silver one. Some people like the black. Some people like the pearl, whatever. I just wanted the red one. I don't know. It's kind of flashy, kind of cool. And I just kept looking at it and picturing myself like, I'm going to get this watch. Not because the watch is so cool, but it's the person I had to become to get the watch. And then getting it from Alex Morton himself. To me, this might sound kind of crazy, but it's like almost like getting it from a young Bob Proctor. That's who Alex is. I used to watch them in his previous company. They used to get, when they hit a certain level, they would get awarded Breitlings on the stage. And I was so jealous. We got 100K rings and super dope, said my last name on it, but it wasn't a Breitling. And all the top burners in that previous company he was in all had Breitlings. And I came over here and he goes, bro, and I told him, I'm like, bro, I was so jealous of the Breitlings. He said, you go hit Chairman 25. I got you on a rollie, a bust down. And he sent me the picture and I just stared at it over and over again. And we were in his Scottsdale home did a leadership retreat. And he brought it out. I didn't even think he was going to have it. And he pulled it out and he said, here you go. And he gave it to me in front of the squad. And it was so dope. And like, I'll never forget it. And I'll never sell this watch. Just because of the sentimental value. I know what it took to get here. I know the person I had to become to get this watch. And I've just manifested these things in my life over and over and over. I mean, if this isn't real enough for you, I don't know what's going to be, but I know how powerful it's been in my life. And I'm not that deep of a person. I'm not this like guru, deep, esoteric type person, Bob Proctor mentality. That's never who I thought I was. But until I realized, like, I just love thinking about a dope life and where I want my life to go. And I just thought about it enough to become familiar with it, where then my mind goes and finds the opportunities to come into my life to make it a reality. How crazy is that? It is real. I lived in Miami in a corner unit. Both the doors opened up fully. So it was like a fully open wall. What's crazy about that is 3 years before that, me and my previous business partner were like, damn, look at this unit. It was similar to the one I ended up moving into. And I was like, geez, 5 G's a month. We would have to split that. This is back when we were chairman 10. And, you're not going to spend half your income on the rent. Some people might, but I was like, we might have to split that. But then one day, 2 years later, I just kept the vision. I kept looking at that condo, that one I wanted. And I went and moved into almost an identical one. I was like, this is crazy. And it was $7,000 a month. And then moved to Laguna. And now here in Scottsdale, I always loved it. Got some running partners here, whatever. You can manifest whatever it is you want out of life. This journey is not just going to be handed to you. If the day-to-day grind is not going to be pretty a lot of the times, people are going to be quitting. People are going to be complaining. Why? Because most people are quitters and most people are complainers. But we just do our best to plug them into the system and let them know we got your back, but we're not waiting on you. But I'm running full speed over here, right? And so it is what it is. But number 4, well, that's number 3. So number 3 is exercise, repetition, and obsession. Number 4 is control the beginning and the end of your day. When you wake up in the morning, what are you thinking about? I wasn't much of a person to sit there and write things down, but I have notes in here. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I write these things down. But in the morning, I visualize. I sit outside in my terrace. I drink my coffee, and I'm looking at Zillow, and I'm looking at my goals. Here's another one. Let me show you this real quick, and then I'll wrap it up. I'm almost done. Here's my saved. This is another thing that I do. These are my saved on Instagram. You can save it. This is what my saved looks like. These are Scottsdale homes. Okay, some of them. Here's one in Miami. All the ones I follow, all the dopest builders, and my favorite houses I save. What do I want my life to look like? And I look through this. Okay, we got, when we do our next yacht promo, everyone wear a nice, cool shirt. I want to get a picture like that. I think that's a dope ass picture. Here's a yacht, family on a yacht. That's super dope. I like these Broncos, these old school Broncos that they renovate, right? Porsche 911 Turbo S Classic Edition. Like what? I just save what I want my life to look like. You guys get the point. That's my saved. What does your saved look like? Doesn't really matter to me, but I just know how much this has benefited me in my life. My saved is dialed in, right? Some people might use Pinterest. Some people might use Instagram. It doesn't really matter how you do it. But the point is, are you doing it? Because that's going to be the way that your vision is going to pull you through all the craziness. Okay. So control the beginning and the end of your day. When you wake up in the morning, positive thoughts. Don't think get rid of the negative stuff. Program your mind to think the positive, your goals, your visions, your dreams. And then the end of the day, the same thing. When you go to sleep at night, picture yourself. What is it that you want? Do you want to be able to retire your parents? Do you want to be able to just write a check and pay off their home? Right? Do you want to build a school in a third world country, which TLX is doing in February? I think that's pretty sweet. That the company's giving back, building schools for the underprivileged in third world countries. Do you want to have a beautiful family and have the dopest house and give your kids the best life on the planet? I don't know what your goals and dreams are, but I know mine. And when I go to bed at night, I just think to myself exactly what I want my life to look like and where I want to go. Okay. So are you focused on the price? Or are you focused on the prize? Right? Are you focused on the price that it's going to cost to get there? Or are you focused on the prize? Let your visions and your goals pull you towards them. So to recap, eliminate thoughts. Eliminate those thoughts that are not going to serve you and replace them with your goals, your visions, and your dreams. All the negativity, get rid of it. The same thoughts, 91% of your thoughts are the exact same every day. Program your mindset to think positive thoughts. Number 2, stare at your goals repeatedly, because when you do this, your reticulator activating system begins to unconsciously help filter into your existence the people, places, and conversations and things to help materialize that space that you created that thought. Number 3 is exercise repetition. Your brain literally gravitates towards which it's most familiar with. And it begins to tell you that you belong there. You belong in your goals and your dreams. And number 4 is control the beginning and the end of your day. And for me, over the years, it has not been an easy journey. I know people that have told me, like, dude, my team doesn't do anything, bro. I can't get anyone to join, all that crap with that they shouldn't be focused on. But at the same time, I'm like, you've been in for 6 months. You've been in for a year. Like, I've been in this for 11 years. It took me 8 years to finally clear $100,000 a month. Most people wouldn't stick around for 8 years, but would it be worth it? My first year, I made $12,000. My first 6 months. My first full year, I made $24,000. My second full year was 48, 56, 75, and then 101, and then so on and so forth. But it wasn't just an easy journey by any means. And I just, like I said, over and over again, I just let my visions pull me. My goals and my dream life and my wife and I's dream life is stronger than the opinions of other people. It's stronger than me just saying, you know what, this isn't going to work. I'm going to throw in the towel. Even if I did throw in the towel, then what? Now I'm really shit out of luck. Go get a job? I'm not doing that. I'm not working a job. I'm not working for somebody else. J-O-B, just over broke. I'm not doing that. That's just not for me. And so my goals and my dreams are stronger than any of the BS that ever happened to me in my career thus far. And I literally let them pull me to this point where I'm at now. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'll just give you another snippet. If you haven't already seen it on my stories, let me see here. Boom, 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 right here. All right. So we're building that lake home up in Minnesota. This is right next to my in-laws. And this is something we always wanted to do. I like to live in vacation towns. That's why I lived in Miami. That's why I lived in Laguna Beach. That's why I live in Scottsdale. I like to live where people are moving and grooving and things are happening. But I also want to kind of hide away a little bit here and there. And I'm at that point in my life where I want to build this lake home, and I want to do leadership retreats here. I want to do masterminds here. There's a few beautiful golf courses here. There's a few nice restaurants. You're deep in the woods. It's right on a lake. We can go jet skiing. You can go boating, whatever. And it's just something different. And so I've always thought to myself, because people ask me like, oh, what's better, Miami, California, Arizona? Dude, it's all great. But nothing is better than picking a couple places and having a couple dream homes. And so this home is something that we designed. It started in the mind a couple years ago. And me and Britt went to work with her dad, who designed his home. And this is it. He made this. He made this on his computer. He put it all together, and we talked it through. And this is what we came up with. The master is upstairs with the balcony. You got a nice high point over the lake. The far left, you have a 3-season porch with a TV and a fireplace, which is screened in, so it'll keep out the bugs. And then right next to that is 30-foot ceilings in the living room and the kitchen. There's a nook right there, a little breakfast nook with windows outlooking the lake. Under those pillars, that's the pool table, the ping pong table, another fireplace and a TV. That's kind of the game room. And then to the right, on the far right with the brown walls, that's the gym. And then the bedrooms are all upstairs, the fireplace. I mean, the hot tub, everything. It's what we designed in our mind, and we saw it years ago. And I said, one day I'm going to build on this lot, and it's happening. And again, I feel like it's kind of braggadocious to even have these conversations, but it's real. It's a real thing that's happened for me. A kid that graduated high school 2 years late, a kid that got locked up and got 2 felonies. And I found a better track to run on with amazing people that were going to help me. And on top of that, this business, it's all about, if you want to be a professional in this industry, are you doing the right things? Do you have morals and values? I'll take the high road. I'll take the long road before I even take any shortcuts, because I don't want to mess up my reputation. It takes years to build it, and it takes seconds to lose it and to ruin it. And I've seen other people do that, and I'm not about that. I want to do things the right way and how it's supposed to be done, and live a great life and be a professional in this game, and show people what's possible. Show people that life that is possible if they're willing to work hard, go all in, and chase their dreams and goals. And so I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and then I'll wrap it up. It's almost harder to lose. It's almost harder not to win here. Everything is just so amazing. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I did a launch call for a guy that's, I don't know, he's probably 60 years old. He was able to retire from trading with sniper vision, and he just rides his motorcycle, lives his life. And he texted me last night and he goes, bro, I just want to say thank you for getting on the call. When I was listening to you and Jay and I'm doing this business, he's like, I started tearing up just because of how much this industry, how much this opportunity has given my wife and I. And it's stuff like that just keeps you going. But my point is, I don't know how you can't win here. Like, go all in for once in your life. Your dream life is right on the other side if you're willing to go crazy for a season and follow exactly what I told you today. And so the trajectory of this company, it's like this. They've never been more dialed in. And everyone in the industry knows it, that we are the best. They know it. It's not on trial, especially in the Forex, in the trading world. Forex, crypto, stocks, digital entrepreneurship. You know, sometimes people say this is the greatest company on the planet. That's kind of a broad statement. Like, this is the best company on the planet. What about Apple? Right? Like, what about the biggest companies in the world? But in this industry, it's right there. It's right there with the greats. And the corporate team busts their butt every single day to make sure that we are the best. The marketing team is dialed in. The technology team, the software developers, the people running the trading side and the products and services, and then, you know, the people running the business side. It's crazy. They gave us the platform. They did everything for us. All we had to do was pay a couple $100, dream big, and get to work and follow a simple system. I get paid for doing the same presentation over and over and over with heightened enthusiasm, all while I think about my dreams and goals and encourage people and love on people and help them run and lead from the front. Dude, I love what we do here. And I hope you guys love what we do here too. But I just will say this: if you don't get out of this what you want, what you came here for, that's nobody else's fault. If it is to be, it's up to me. I know what I want. I reverse engineer it. And it always comes back to the same core thing. Show 3 to 5 a day, show 3 to 5 a day, because now I'm leading from the front. I just had another top earner in the industry reach out to me for my number. I don't know what he's calling for, but he's going to hit me up. I have a good idea of what he's thinking about. He's probably thinking, dude, if I come over there, what's it going to look like? And it is. I've had 2 people in the last couple of weeks. Why? Because they're seeing who's in the industry, who's leading the right way, who's doing it with morals and values, who's busting their ass, that's also in a great company. That's all of us. Let's freaking go, baby. So I'm fired up. I'm excited. I hope you guys got some value out of this call. And let's take this thing to the top. If you guys need anything, if you want to relaunch your business, if you got studs that want to launch this business, whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, I don't care. I want to make sure that you guys reach your goals and your dreams, and it's 100% possible with this as the vehicle to get you there. I love y'all. Peace out. Let's get it.